my heart, I just love a renovation project. You can tell I'm a little obsessed with whatever it is.
Well, I watch your videos. That's why everyone starts.
Thank you!
I was like, oh, MaCenna already did this once. Let me watch. Do you want to know something though? Because you're showing this to me, the great thing is that I can put it in an office too.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. Day before yesterday was a really slow day. It was our first like really down day. Went to the park. Romeo played basketball. Kinsley and I laid around in the park closer to the beach, because the closer you get to the beach, the cooler it is. So it dropped from like 100 to like 82 we're at the beach, so it was much better. And yesterday we spent all day looking at homes in LA. This is gonna be a long process, but we did see one that I really like. It's old. It speaks to my heart. I don't know. I am going back because the initial overwhelm of me having my real life Nancy Meyers movie home is just, I was just overwhelmed. I can't even remember like really walking through it. So going back, I'm gonna take some pictures and just film and just really digest it. But right now, I'm headed out. I'm going to see Drew. So I'm really excited to see what Drew has done. Oh, hi, precious baby. I'm really excited to see what Drew has done. I know that he's been making like some structural changes to the house, his new house. I know that he's been like doing lime wash, and I feel like I told him, I was like, wow, I'm so jealous. Like, you're so brave. You've been moving like so fast. I feel like it took me forever to get started doing those things. And I don't know, I'm gonna ask him. I was like, do you feel overwhelmed, or are you just like a natural at this? See what he's done. Obviously, if you don't know, we live down the street from each other. We still do. We are personally looking at homes in like a different area, about like 45 minutes away from where we live now. So it's kind of separate.
I knew we were both going to be vlogging, like an inception.
Hi! Cooking?
Maria's.
Oh my god.
I don't know how to cook.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know how to cook. It's too hard.
Well, look at these little things that I want to steal from him. This. I want this. I love his apartment. Oh. Because you just did. This is what real DIY looks like.
Look at that room.
She's been through some things.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like giving a little. That was like a little desk setup that I actually made just for a temporary workstation.
You want that as your office, right?
I do, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it as an office. I might do it as like a little library nook situation.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's really good, actually.
I thought it was a cute little space though. Those are my white paint samples. They're kind of falling off the wall, but that's because there's lime wash on it, so they're not really sticking very well.
And it's like freakishly hot.
Yes, I know. So I've been working in here every day, and I did the windows, the window trim, which has been a challenge.
So what were you doing to it?
I citrus stripped it once, then got the paint off, citrus stripped it again, and then I left that citrus strip on for 24 hours and forgot about it, and then put another layer on top, and then everything came off.
Yeah. That's good.
It's still not down to the base though. This is still, everyone's like, that still has so much stain on it. Like, and I was like, oh, but I want to do it darker anyway, so I'm like, I can just leave it as is, I think.
100%.
Don't you think this could be stained as is?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can put water-based on it, no matter what it was. We don't know what it was, if it was oil or water. Water can go over anything. Yeah. You can even use a gel stain. You're gonna have to use gel to make that dark.
I know, gel, that's what I was figuring too.
Look at how much we know! We're professionals!
Look! That's the light! That was what you wanted to see!
That was what I wanted.
Isn't that good?
That's
Wait, want me to turn it on and show you?
Turn it on. Oh, and it's on a dim!
Isn't that good?
Yeah, dim it again.
Look, I could dim it for like
it's beautiful.
Events.
I'm moving in. I told him.
Your room to be close to mine.
Oh, I love that for us. I'm moving in. I'm literally moving in. I mean, you do have 6 bedrooms. At least you could do is give me one. I was telling them when I was walking over here, I was like so proud that you were able to like start so fast.
Yeah.
Because I was so scared. I didn't know, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, I watch your videos. That's why everyone starts.
Thank you.
I was like, oh, MaCenna already did this once. Let me watch.
But it was. It's like super overwhelming.
No, it is. It's just a lot because you're like, okay, well, I finished this one wall. I have 8. Well, the thing that overwhelmed me the most was after spending like 3 whole days on 2 window trims. Yeah. And I was like, there's 85 windows in this house. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not, like, that would take me a year. That equates to 1 year of stripping windows.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
No, that was how I felt when we did our windows. I was like, I'm never gonna get this finished.
Yeah.
Then when you think about the fact that we're like sharing this process and we're like, oh, well, you'll see this next year.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, there's no way. You have to show it in stages because that's real life. This is also, like a real life renovation.
Yeah, it's also, you guys, like, on top of doing this, it's also challenging to film it.
Yes!
Having to film it too. Like, of course we love it. My
So,
mom always beats the first commenter.
Oh no, she's so good.
She literally is like, call me 1 minute before it goes live, I want to be the first commenter. I'm like, okay.
She's so
And then sometimes I forget, and she's like, you're coming! She's like, there's already 87 comments! I'm sorry.
I love her. Back with Romeo now. Hi. It was so good to see him. He's made so much progress. You go through like the ringer like right away with a renovation, and like I felt like we did the same thing where it was you don't know where to start, and then you kind of just start with one thing and take it step by step, but it still feels like overwhelming because you feel like there's so much to do. So you go through all of these emotions, and then I think like he'll look back, you know, now we're looking back in like a year and a half or more later and seeing all the progress and seeing how far we've come and all the work that's been put into it, and it feels so rewarding, you know. And it's like, wow, we actually have done a lot, when in the moment it doesn't feel like you've done a lot at all. So it's so good to see like him so happy and like just like figuring all of this out and picking, you know, little details, and you don't realize how all these little, like what trim, you know, we're talking about the trim around the windows and how to match it and flow. So many decisions need to be made in a renovation. So anyways, it was good to see him before we head back. I'm heading back to Texas tomorrow. Romeo is heading to Cancun tomorrow for the bachelor party. Today, like I said, we saw a great potential house, and we walked it, and we walked a lot of houses yesterday, and obviously we're still early in the search, but it's so important to like see all of these houses because it's just helping me like realize and figure out exactly what's going to work for the next however many years for our family, and thinking about things differently than I have in the past, and you know, just things. So we're gonna go back and see it again with fresh eyes. I didn't film, I didn't really take any pictures yesterday. I was just trying to like take it all in, and then I still couldn't remember everything, just overwhelming. So we're gonna go back, I'm gonna film, I'm gonna take pictures so that I can, you know, when I wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and start, didn't I do that last night? Mm-hmm. I started looking at whatever pictures I had of it, or like the videos that the realtor sent me.
Oh yeah.
You can tell I'm a little obsessed with whatever it is. I don't know what will become of this. You know, it just is what it is. I'm really excited to get back to Texas too, because I have to finish all of the adding the warmth and the wood tones to the kitchen. That was something that we were starting and working on before we left. Our flight's really early. He's flying international, so we have to be there pretty early to return the rental car and stuff like that. So I'm just excited. You guys, we have arrived to see this house again. I don't know what will come of it, but I'm excited to look at it with fresh eyes. I will be back. Wish me luck. I don't know. Okay, we're back home. What? Kinsley's always yelling at me for her babies. Oh, there it is. I see it. We made it back home. We spent this one particular house. She's old. She's not as old as our house in Texas, but she's old, and she has lots of character, and I'm a sucker. I'm such a sucker for old. But we spent about an hour and a half really looked at it with a like critical eye in terms of like, did I see any problematic areas, or was there anything I missed? There's a couple of things that's very different about this house versus what we experienced when we bought a house in Texas. The house in Texas was very on the low, inexpensive side of things. We were very planned with our savings and stuff, and we definitely knew we wanted to invest in something, but at the time we didn't have enough to invest in a house here in California because properties are so much more expensive here. When we bought the house in Texas, we had enough to buy it cash, which was great. We got it at the low end of the market. Property values have already increased in that area. We could, if we wanted to, totally sell that property and make a great return on it, especially with everything that we've done to the property. To be really frank with you guys, like, I think my biological clock is ticking, and I'm 34 and I'm ready for the next phase, and we're ready to start a family. I have all of those kind of things, I think, especially for me, like, it's starting to weigh on my mind a lot, and making sure that we're having conversations and we're planning for our family to be comfortable so that that next phase in our life can actually happen and we can start a family. And so that's where my mindset really is. It's like, I think that's why we started to be like, okay, we know we can't stay in this apartment. We know we need to get to a safer area. We know we need more space. We know we don't want to just continue to invest in renting something and never putting that money towards equity and property, and we're in that phase in our life, you know what I mean? Like, so we know we wanted to get back to California, and so there were a lot of things. So when I started to think about all of those stuff, I'm like, okay, well, I want to start a family, and I want to have a baby, and then I need to do this now, and then I need to be prepared, and then, you know, my mind kicks into making things happen, and that's the phase that we're in now. So we started the long search. So that was Drew texting me. I wanted to show him pictures of this house to see what he thought. So we started the long search and the kind of like 8-9 month search for a house, looking at all different areas, really getting our bearings, really doing the research on where we wanted to be. That's really it. I think that that's a huge part of it. So we went to houses that were priced high, priced low, priced in between. It didn't matter. I was open to anything and everything. Of course, we had like an idea of what we wanted. I did want something that was a little more renovated. I didn't want to do all the work, but you know, in my heart, I just love a renovation project, and I think that this is a perfect house for that. So I really have to sit with it and see if this is really something I want to take on again. I want to show Drew what I thought about this house. I mistakenly opened the fridge that has been closed up for 10 years. There wasn't a pleasant smell. So if you can picture all of that, I don't know where this is all going. Here, it's different. We are having to go the lender route, and I haven't done that before. It's a learning experience for me, which has also been really stressful, I feel like. It's a very unknown process for me. So this is the first time that I'm experiencing that, and, you know, down payments and showing them things about income. Like, I've never had to do any of that before. I know I keep telling myself that people get mortgages like every day, and as long as you're within your means and it makes sense for you and your family, then it's all gonna work out. And I'm excited for Christmas at the cottage. There's, you know, so many fun things to still happen there, and you know, my mind is kind of getting preoccupied with like the next step before we're done with the first step. I'm excited to get back tomorrow and just like focus in on it. So I'm gonna go see Drew again, just at his apartment to show him these pictures, because I want to see what what he thinks, and just to talk to a friend about it. I feel like Romeo and I have kind of been in our heads about like all the things that we need a house to do for us and how we need it to function, and both feeding my love and desire for old things and his desire to want new things. I think we're just in the research phase right now. We're really just deciding what's right for our family. Okay, I'm gonna go see Drew, and then I'm gonna come back and have to do some editing. We have to do packing. I lost Kinsley. Look at her. What you doing down there, honey? What you doing? We will figure out what we need to do in order to go back to Texas tomorrow, and I'm sure my mom has already signed us up for a estate sale. Honey, I'm home. Honey, I'm home.
see the gate. I'm gonna be really sad if it's better than mine. That thing on the top?
The thing on the top?
With that little, like,
what is
north,
that?
south, east, west. I don't know what that is.
Living for that, though.
Do you know what that's called?
No.
I love the overgrout, too.
Yes!
If the inside's good, I'm gonna move in.
We're just gonna live with each other.
Oh my gosh, the door handle. MaCenna, this is the exact door handles and fixtures mine has. The same shape, the same exact shape. Do you want to know something though? Because you're showing this to me, the great thing is that I can put in an office too.
No, I've come here to tell you, you can't.
I would never.
No,
Could you imagine?
never.
Imagine you're like, actually someone outbid you and you're like, who? And it's like, hey girl! Like, over there.
Kill you.
I would never. I've never seen anything like that. Would you keep it all wood?
I think there needs to be a balance.
About like some painted,
yes.
some wood.
Oh!
Scroll too far!
So this is the...
Oh, that is so fun.
Yeah,
it's like a squiggle.
Yeah.
But that's like so postmodern and trendy.
Yeah.
But like also antique and vintage.
French doors that
Oh,
open
there's
up.
a fireplace out there.
There's double fireplaces.
Oh, that's bougie. That's good. That's for entertaining purposes. Oh my gosh. The living room windows. I love a diamond window. It's just so pretty.
Right
Is it
there?
like a bay window?
Yeah. But it's completely curved.
That's not fair with the paneling on the walls. I'm gonna have to add all that to mine. Oh my god, the fireplace is cool. Wait, is that like how it's supposed to look or is stuff removed from it?
I don't know.
Look at this good candle holder I got at the thrift store.
Ooh.
Isn't that a good one for my
That is
house?
good.
A little Spanishy.
Hi.
There.
I'm literally just sitting in Drew's room
She's
watching.
been sitting as I packed for like an hour.
Yeah, we've just been chatting.
Yeah.
Just catching up.
Just catching up.
But yeah, I'm just like watching him pack.
I'm almost done, don't worry.
No, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. We never get to do this. I was asking him like all about all of his furniture and what he's taking versus what he's
Yeah. I'm not sure.
The style is just
It's
evolving.
just different. Yeah, and that's the style of this, like what I have in here is so much different than what I want to like have.
Yeah. That's so pretty. The
I love
headboard.
these.
Yes.
Yeah.
That can fit. That works.
Yeah,
in your house. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Is this
love
a
it.
queen?
Yeah.
See, we're having those types of conversations.
Is it a queen?
Yeah, is it a queen? That's nice.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. You're gonna have so much fun. In town, I already know. Couple days ago. Hey, now that our names are written in stone. Let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. Hi, Mama. What happened here?
Urgent stop. I'll take that. Oh, Iris, great. And how much I put? Oh, you brought me a book. I thought it was so pretty. It is pretty. A journal.
Ooh, you guys, I look tired. We're back in Texas. My mom picked me up from the airport, caught up with my dad. We went to lunch, a late lunch. I told them about all of my house hunting stresses, or rather the whole lending and portion of like buying a house is like different than what we've done before. House buying's stressful, but it's also really exciting. So it's like, it's a lot of emotions, you know? I was talking to them about that and just kind of like everything that I'm learning too through this process. And I'm showing my mom pictures and all sorts of stuff. So we are back at the cottage and I'm so happy to be back where there's 12-foot ceilings, because our apartment in LA has like 8 or 9 foot ceilings, I think. You know, you live in a place and you get used to a place for a little bit, and then you go to a different place, and then it's kind of like a shocking feeling. This feels so big. You know, like this house feels so big because the ceilings are so tall. And that's what I was really looking for when I was looking at houses in LA. Not a lot of old houses filled with character that I love have high ceilings, but it was really common in this area. Heat rises, so how they helped the air pass through the house was the transom windows. You know, so the higher the ceilings, the more the heat could rise and it could cool off your house. At least that's what I'm gathering that the transom windows were for. So we are back to renovations. You can't quite see anything from here, but there are some things happening in the kitchen. And by the time you see this vlog, I will have finished the project that I left abandoned when I went to LA, which is adding the warmth in the kitchen. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. If you haven't watched the video already, go watch the video over on my main channel for the update to the kitchen. We are in full swing on the kitchen. We're getting our oven and range. We're gonna DIY our hood. We're gonna be doing upper cabinets and cabinet doors and decorating and doing all of that fun stuff throughout this month. So definitely stay tuned. I'm ready, I'm refreshed, I'm ready to just focus in on some projects and really get some stuff done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Kinsley is here. She is sound asleep. Romeo is in Cancun, and he will be there just for a few days for the bachelor party, and then he's heading here too. So we are going to tackle some major projects here in the renovation. I'm itching. I'm itching for some next wave of progress. You know what I mean? So I will see you guys again in a few days for another vlog, and again for another renovation video on Sunday. Bye guys.